Okay. So sorry about the interruption. Apparently, my phone didn't have any more storage, so I had to get rid of some videos on my phone because my phone sucks. Because my husband has like the best phone, but I ended up getting a different phone because it's been easier with a larger phone to type with my nails. Anyway, what I was talking about was the blood cells that are in our lungs and the hemoptysis. So back to that. So yeah, the hemoptysis that I was going through in the hospital, like I said, was a lot. And in our lungs, like I said, we have different blood cells. So the top blood cells, if they were inflamed and were bleeding, I would not have any like breaks in between. It would continue to bleed. And they told me that they would have to go in, and this also may happen if it ends up starting up again. But with, being saved and having a personal relationship with the Heavenly Father and His Son Yeshua, I believe that, you know, our Savior protects me and is going to keep me healthy. So what they would have to do is, now I don't know exactly what it's called, but basically they would have to go in to my lungs. I don't know how they would do it. I can't recall how they said they would do it, but they would have to go into my lungs and cut off the blood cell that was bleeding. Most of the time, that doesn't stop. It could end up bleeding again, and or during that during that operation, whatever you want to call it, they could end up doing something where they could hit my spine or something, and I could end up, having paralysis. Which I'm not going to go through that because, like I said, I have been doing fine. Update, no blood. I haven't had any more blood. When I bought the treadmill and the bike, so I would exercise my lungs. Not just my lungs, but because I've gained a lot of weight, which I think is due to the new medicine they have me on. And again, if you have cystic fibrosis and you haven't been it's not a test, but if you haven't had a medication or haven't heard of a medication that might help your CF better, I would go to your doctor and ask them if they could look into seeing if you qualify for the medicine. I don't feel comfortable disclosing the medicine. I have in my other videos. I have changed my mind now because I don't want anyone to get their hopes up because there's different medications and it basically goes on the mutation that you have. My mutation is F5DO. Oh gosh, I can't. You know what? Excuse me. Babe, what's my mutation again? My husband knows more things than I know. And I have the disease. But he can remember everything that I can't remember. He's awesome. Been together for 7 years, going on 8 years.
You say, Jamie?
Don't be scared. Come here. What mutation do I have again?
What is the M?
No, M, F, D. You know what?
It's
in this book. In the beginning.
Sure.
So towards the end, I was gonna bring up the books that I bought recently on Amazon. and I'll let you guys know that in a minute. But in this F50 Dell,
Dell, yeah.
I know that it's Dell.
F50 Dell.
F50 Dell. There's no 8 in it.
I don't think so. F5. Hold on. I am missing a number.
Is it F580 Dell? It's on this page somewhere.
You said it's on this page? You sure?
Yeah, somewhere on that or the page before it. So I think it's like F58 Dell. I don't know. He's looking it up right now. But
and when she say he,
my husband,
how's everybody doing? Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Sister
I did introduce you. But you were too scared to come into the room.
Why am I scared?
I don't know. Anyway, the mutation that I have, fortunately, does allow me to try this medicine, which I've been on for the last few months. And yes, there has, other than having the hemoptysis, because it's not a cure. Again, it's not a cure. So there are, situations that are going to come up. So basically, this medicine has allowed me to gain more weight. So I went from like 130 to 165. So buying the exercise bike and the treadmill was a really good idea, not just to work out my lungs, but to help me manage my health and weight better. Which has actually really, really been helping. I've been able to get back on my Pulmozyme and my Casting, which is it's a antibiotic nebulizer treatment. So anyway, when I came home, I decided I wanted to go online and look for a few different things about CF, like to just have things, because I never really got anything. Yeah, sorry about the chair. Okay. I should have brought this with me. It's over there already. So I went on Amazon and I bought, can you go get my tote bag? I bought this shirt. I fell in love with it when I saw it. The cystic fibrase. God, I cannot talk today. Sorry, CF, you picked the wrong warrior. I had to get this shirt for, my YouTube name is Cystic Fibrosis Warrior, so I really like that. I also went online and I got, not online, I'm sorry, on Facebook. I follow this page. They're called CF Warrior as well. And what they do is they make shirts with, basically, you can get different type of shirts. Yeah, sorry. So if you watch the first video, you realize that I have to, like, I do this all day, like, especially because I got my hair cut. My husband did it yesterday, did a wonderful job, awesome. So, anyway, I went on the YouTube. God, I really cannot talk today. I went on Facebook. That's what I went on. I went on Facebook. I went on their page. What they do is they sell these shirts and they donate the money to the CF Foundation. So what it is when you, and if you're interested in doing it as well, you like if you have CF or you represent anybody that has CF or no, or your kid has CF or whatever it is. So you type in your name in the comment section, and what they do is they make a shirt, and on the back of the shirt, they put everybody who puts their name in the comment section, they put it on the back of the shirt, which I thought it was a great idea because I don't know many people with CF at all. So these are good names to look up on Facebook and follow other people with CF. So, and my name, of course, is on it because I wasn't going to get it without my name being on it. And so everybody knows that my name is Brandy Critchley. So let's see, if you can find my name on it. Hint, it's in this area. Okay, so yeah, it's on the back of that shirt. Okay, sorry. Quick pause right there. I actually had to. I had my tea. So when I started this video, I had my tea because I love tea. I'm not a coffee drinker. I love tea. Anyway, back to the mutation. So the mutation that I have is F5. What? Ray? What was it?
F508 Delta.
F508 Delta. Well, F508 Del is what they call it. So that is the mutation I have. If you also have F508 Del and you haven't talked to your doctor about getting on a pill medication, it's a pill medication. It's a new trial drug that they just came out with, and there's different ones, not just one. They have Orkambi, I think, Symdeko, and they have another kind of Vertex or along those lines. But if so, yeah, if not, contact your doctor and discuss it with them. You won't regret it, and it actually is a great, they are great drugs. So, when I got home, I decided I was going to buy some things with CF. I was going to embrace my disease because growing up, I resented having it because, from one, I didn't know I had it until I was 15. Second of all, family. Let's say I didn't have the support that many other people with CF have. My dad was not around. My mom, she was either working or, I'm just going to leave it at that. But I think you get my drift. Other than that, grandparents, cousins, uncles, whatever, I didn't have that support. But, when I was 15, I like I said, I didn't want to accept it. I didn't like it. I was very hurt. I was very scared. I was depressed for a really long time. I didn't like it. It was sad. It was really sad. But, I mean, things happen. So, anyway, when I got with my husband, he was very supportive, and, I just, came to with, had an epiphany, like, you know what, I'm not going to let this disease bring me down. It's a blessing in disguise. That's what it is. But anyway, so I came home and I bought a few different things. You've seen the shirts. I also bought a footsie pajama, cream footsie pajama, with has Cystic Fibrosis Foundation on the back. I bought like a cream color and a pink one. I bought this tote bag. It's a CF bag, Fight Like a Girl. You guys, I'm sure you are aware of the movie that they came out with. So when I first found out about the movie, I was stoked. I could not wait to see it. Finally, a movie about cystic fibrosis? What? I never even heard of such a thing. So, I loved the book, and I love the movie, and I love the book. For those who have been following me since my first video, if know that what got me into wanting to start YouTube videos, sharing my CF story with the world, her name was Claire Wineland. She was a very special person that I started to follow on YouTube. This, along with a couple other people, but this girl was so positive and such a big impact on so many people with it, including me. Like, I'm 30 years old and never had so much happiness and you know, words just can't describe how wonderful this girl was. Unfortunately, she had a lung transplant, and 24 hours after the lung transplant, she had got very sick and passed away. Still follow her, please. If you are wondering about CF and you want to support the CF people that have it and the team of us warriors, please go on YouTube and subscribe to Claire Wineland. She's one of the big reasons why I started doing YouTube videos. It's called Every Breath I Take. It's a short story, short book, very good book. In this short book, it talks about Claire's stride with CF, her life, her obstacles, and just how she was able to stay strong. And then I went on Amazon again, and I bought this book. And let me tell you, this book is called the CF Warrior Project. It's 65 stories of triumph against cystic fibrosis. So again, I've never had many people. I didn't really know anybody with CF. I didn't know anybody. I didn't even know anybody that was my age with CF that was diagnosed at 15. I really thought that I was one of just a few. And in this book, it had 65 stories, 65 people with CF and how they triumphed and just turned their CF into their life. Just, they didn't let CF hold them back. And I'm telling you, this and this book are the best books that I've ever came across about CF. I have a hard time putting this down, other than, my word. This is another book that I can't put it down. I'm surprised that I'm doing this video without reading it. So, yeah, I got those, and this is one of my favorite, because I said I like to drink tea. I love tea. This cup I bought off of Amazon. That is so good. It's black tea with vanilla. I think Tetley makes it. It's for Focus. Oh my gosh, with milk and sugar, it's delicious. But yeah, so this is what it says. The devil whispered in my ear, "You're not strong enough to withstand the storm." Today I whispered in the devil's ear, "I am the storm." I had to get it. So basically, like I said, I have been exercising more. Exercise is really, really important when you have CF. If you don't exercise, you're not going to be able to get up a lot of stuff that's in your lungs. And without getting it up, it's going to scar your lungs. And the more scars you get, that's the reason why our lung capacity goes down. And then at some point, we'll have to be on oxygen. I will not be that person on oxygen anytime soon. I am going to, my goal is to live with this disease as long as possible. I want to break the record on who, the oldest person that has lived with CF. I am going to break that record. I'm going to break that record, and that is my goal. You know, I'm a 30-year-old God-fearing woman with a family that so happens to have cystic fibrosis that has went through a lot of trials and tribulations and storms through the CF. So, yep, that is why I decided to go and start doing YouTube channels. I want to tell my story of somebody with cystic fibrosis living in Wilmington, Delaware, which you don't hear many people from Delaware explaining about their CF. And if you do, please comment below their names, because I haven't came across any. So I'm gonna try to call my husband in, because I'm getting towards the end of the video. So I'm gonna try to call my husband in and see if he comes in. Babe, honey, Ray, come here. Here he comes. You know what? Regardless, I love him so much. He is the biggest support I have. Babe, come here.
I had to pause my movie.
So, this was part of the video that I was going to bring you in to discuss how the last 7 years has been with someone with, cystic fibrosis, and all the issues that I went through that you've experienced.
It's when I first met my wife, it wasn't like how can I say it? When we first met, that wasn't really something that was like, "Hey, how you doing? I have cystic fibrosis." You know what I mean? It was like we fell in love with each other. First of all, it was.
Then it was, by the way.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I have cystic fibrosis.
Like, oh yeah, I have cystic fibrosis. You know what I mean? And at that point, I never heard of it before. And so it was a new thing for me. Me being an epileptic, I know how chronic diseases and things of the brain, and then just diseases in itself, they have a toll on a person's mental, on the family's mental. It doesn't just impact one person. Anybody that cares that around that person, or whether it be friends, family members, it affects everybody. I mean, it may affect each individual different than it may affect another one. You know what I mean? I mean, you have some people who have cystic fibrosis that have families who are very supportive and are there for them to go through them times when they're down and when they're in the hospital and when they just need somebody to talk to or vent, or to help them to get the with the medicines, or just a call to see how they're doing, or just that hospital visit when there's nobody else coming. You know what I mean? Because me going through the years, like I've seen I've seen the hospital admissions. I've been there with the hospital admissions. You know what I mean? And it's pretty much me and my wife. You know, we on both our sides, we came from dysfunctional families. If you understand the definition of a dysfunctional family, I need not explain further. If you don't understand what a dysfunctional family is, this is your point to pause the video and maybe go do a definition check and find out what a dysfunctional family is. But a basic summary of a dysfunctional is one
Problems. Family
parent,
problems.
one parent housing, whether it be father, mother, one parent problems in and out, you know.
Unstable family.
Unstable foundation and family members. You know, and it's all too common nowadays in this generation. You know. So if you have no support from mother, father, cousins, sisters, and you feel like you're at it a lone gunner, then, you know, it's even a harder burden on your shoulders. You know what I mean? First of all, just think about it in itself. Cystic fibrosis, it came from a point that when it was first around, that children wasn't even lasting to the age of 7. And then it went up to, 14, then 15, 17, and then, 21. But now, just like I just learned recently that there's people that's like 60-something years old with cystic fibrosis. You know what I mean? But I believe the mutation and how early it is diagnosed and how you take care of your body and how you do your medicines. You have to take care of them. It was points that, my wife, when she was younger, she really wasn't really the best with her medicines like she should have been.
Didn't really have any family that was concerned that would push me to do my medication and be supportive at the same time and be like, it's fine, we're going to get through this.
Yeah.
So I rebelled against it. I didn't want to believe I had it and just tried to live a normal life without medication.
Yeah, and then when you hear that on top of that, then they give you a cap on your life expectancy rate, and then so you have that, so you're mentally trying to deal with that, and then if you don't have someone to support you there when you hear that, so then that weighs on top of you. Then you have other stuff that comes in from depression to other stuff. There's been points, like I said, I would go to the hospital. Nobody doesn't go and see my wife. Except for me, you know what I mean? I go to the hospital, I know the nurses, I know that, you know what I mean? But they know, you know what I mean? Like, there's nobody else coming except for me, you know what I mean?
And the craziest thing is, I've explained, anybody with CF, everyone with CF, has to have that relationship with their hospital team. My hospital team is considered family. They're basically the family that supports me while I'm in there.
Yeah.
A wonderful care team.
Yeah, very wonderful.
If it wasn't for my care team and my husband and my kids and the gift of Yeshua, I honestly, I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't mentally be able to take it.
And I've been hearing some of the stories that she's been reading out of this book, man, and like I said, there's always someone in this world that's going through something worse than you are. Or worse, not worse, sir, but worse than you are. And that's why I say when you're not promised tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? For someone to complain about things, man, a lot of people shouldn't complain about things, man. If you're healthy, you're still living. We're here for a reason to find a reason and a meaning. And I praise Yah, and I hope that he you find the Messiah, because that's the only mediator that's going to get you where you got to go. So,
when we're through.
When it's through, you know what I mean?
And then having a disease that is a short life expectancy, I'm sure everybody with CF always thinks about death at some point, always, because we never know when it's going to come. We don't know when our lungs are going to turn for the worst. So to me, it's very important to know, when I leave here, where I'm going and what's going to happen. And and again, for those who, if you don't have a family and many supporters, like I said, welcome to the family. Yeah. Welcome to the family, because neither do I. And if so, don't be afraid to comment, and you can always email me, and I don't have a problem being there and being very supportive, because I know how important it is. And follow other people that have cystic fibrosis. Look it up. Go on YouTube. Look up other people with cystic fibrosis. Look at how they strive, and the support, how much support that they give others with CF. If you don't have a family, like coming from me, which is hard, it's okay. I finally come to see and realize and accept that it's okay. Not everybody has a family. A lot of people that I've read with CF, do. I haven't read any story yet about someone that has struggled without the support. But that's great to have a family. I really, really hope that most people do have a family to support them, and a relationship with the father and the son, because that's what's most important. Being here, this is not our home. Our home is with the Father. This is just where we're here. We're just here for
temporary housing.
Temporarily. This is it.
We're renting these vessels, man.
Yep. So to get towards this is like the end of the video, and just understand that if you don't have the support, it's okay. You'll find people that are supportive.
Yeah, that's what they call the CF family.
You'll see other people with CF and see how great they are living. Because it might be a disease that is a short term and terminal. But you know what? More people, you don't need to let it control you. And more people are living longer, more and more. And like I said, my goal is to outlive the whoever is in record of the oldest person with CF. I'm going to break that record, and that is my goal, to be the next person to break that record. I'm going to break that record.
We're gonna beat CF, man.
Speaking into existence, we're going to beat this. I do believe that they will find a cure eventually. And even if not, all these medications that we have help us live longer. So imagine all the medicine that they are getting ready to come out with. And maybe soon a cure. But like I said, if not, we can still live a longer expectancy than when they came across and discovered cystic fibrosis in 1989, which was the year that I was born. And that's when the doctors were saying, go